Ladies and gentlemen, love is not about grand gestures, expensive gifts, or a perfect face. It is about connection, understanding, and the ability to be truly seen. Men, just like women, crave love that is real, deep, and lasting. But here's the truth. Men don't fall in love because of how you look, how perfect you try to be, or how much you change yourself to fit into their world. They fall in love when you do one thing. When you become a woman who is unapologetically herself. A man falls in love when he sees a woman who is not seeking validation from the world, but instead validates herself. He falls in love when he sees that you respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that doesn't serve your worth. He falls in love when he feels safe, respected, and inspired by the way you live your truth. Love is not about possession, it is about freedom. And when you are comfortable in your own skin, you give a man the permission to do the same. That is when love becomes effortless, beautiful, and unbreakable. Authenticity is a rare and powerful force. In a world where so many people wear masks to fit into roles, to be accepted, or to gain approval, being truly yourself is like a breath of fresh air. It is undeniable, unshakable, and deeply attractive. When it comes to love and relationships, men are drawn to a woman who is real, not one who is constantly molding herself into someone she thinks he wants. Authenticity is not about being flawless or having everything figured out. It is about embracing your imperfections, speaking your truth, and being comfortable with who you are. It is about having the courage to be vulnerable, to say what you truly feel, and to live without pretense. A woman who is authentic does not seek validation from others because she understands that her worth is not dependent on external opinions. She knows that she does not have to pretend to be someone. She is not just to be loved. This level of self-acceptance is incredibly attractive because it creates a deep sense of trust and security in a relationship. Men, just like women, crave a connection that is real. They are drawn to someone who does not play mind games, who does not hide behind a facade, and who does not pretend to be someone else just to fit a certain idea of perfection. When a woman is unapologetically herself, she gives the man the permission to do the same. There is no pressure to impress, no need to act a certain way, and no fear of being judged. This creates an environment where love can flourish naturally, without pretense or unrealistic expectations. Many times, women believe that in order to make a man fall in love, they must be what society considers ideal. They try to be the perfect mix of beauty, intelligence, and charm, believing that this is the key to being loved. But love does not work that way. A man may be attracted to a woman's physical beauty, but it is her authenticity that makes him stay. Looks may capture attention, but it is personality, depth, and realness that create a lasting emotional connection. Think about it. When you meet someone who is confident in their own skin, who does not apologize for who they are, and who carries themselves with a quiet strength, you feel drawn to them. There is something irresistible about people who are comfortable being themselves, who are not trying too hard, and who radiate a natural sense of ease. This is the power of authenticity. It makes a person unforgettable, not because of what they do, but because of who they are. In relationships, many women find themselves changing parts of their personality, their likes and dislikes, and even their dreams just to make a man happy. They start pretending to enjoy things they do not, agreeing with opinions they do not truly believe in, and silencing their own voices just to avoid conflict or rejection. But in doing so, they slowly lose the essence of who they really are. The irony is that while they think this will make them more lovable, it often does the opposite. A relationship built on pretense cannot last because, sooner or later, the truth always surfaces. Men respect and admire women who stand firm in their beliefs, who have their own opinions, and who are not afraid to express them. They appreciate women who have passions, interests, and goals that exist beyond the relationship. A woman who is not afraid to say, "This is who I am, and I love myself just as I am," is infinitely more attractive than someone who constantly changes themselves to fit someone else's standards. Authenticity creates a deep emotional connection because it allows both partners to truly know each other. Without this level of honesty and realness, love remains superficial, fragile, and temporary. Another reason why authenticity is so magnetic is that it creates a sense of emotional safety. Men, like everyone else, have insecurities, fears, and doubts. They may not always show them, but they long for a partner with whom they can be completely themselves. When a woman is real and open, it gives them the confidence to lower their guard, to express their feelings without fear of judgment, and to build a relationship that is based on trust and mutual respect. This is the kind of connection that leads to deep, lasting love. Being authentic also means being honest about your emotions. Many people suppress their true feelings, fearing that if they express too much, they will seem needy or too emotional. But love is about being real, not about playing it cool or pretending not to care. A man falls in love when he feels emotionally connected to a woman, and that connection comes from her ability to be genuine. When she speaks from the heart, when she expresses her joys and her struggles openly, and when she is not afraid to show her emotions, she creates a bond that is unbreakable. True authenticity also means embracing imperfections. No one is perfect, and trying to be will only lead to disappointment. The most beautiful relationships are the ones where two people can be their imperfect selves and still feel deeply loved. When a woman is comfortable with her flaws, she sets the tone for a relationship that is free of unrealistic expectations. A man falls in love when he sees that he does not have to be perfect either, that he is loved not for who he should be, but for who he is. So when it comes to making a man fall in love, the answer is not in trying harder, being more, or changing yourself to fit his idea of perfection. The answer is in being you. The more you embrace who you truly are, the more magnetic you become. Real love is not found in pretense, in perfection, or in playing a role. It is found in the courage to be authentic, in the willingness to be vulnerable, and in the confidence to say, "This is me, and I am enough." Self-respect is one of the most attractive qualities a person can possess. It is a silent, unshakable force that commands admiration without needing validation from anyone. When a woman respects herself, it is evident in the way she carries herself, the way she speaks, and the way she allows others to treat her. Men are naturally drawn to women who have a deep sense of self-worth because they exude confidence, strength, and an undeniable presence that cannot be ignored. A woman who respects herself does not seek love out of desperation or a need to be completed by someone else. She understands that she is already whole and that love is not about filling a void, but about sharing the abundance of her own joy and fulfillment. She does not lower her standards or compromise her values just to keep someone interested. Instead, she stands firm in what she believes in, knowing that the right person will respect her boundaries rather than test them. Self-respect is reflected in the choices a woman makes in her relationships. She does not chase after love, beg for attention, or tolerate disrespect. She does not accept half-hearted effort, mixed signals, or inconsistent behavior. She understands that love should not be confusing or painful. If a man truly values her, he will make an effort to be in her life without making her question her place in his. She does not engage in situations where she is treated as an option because she knows she deserves to be a priority. There is something undeniably magnetic about a woman who knows her worth and refuses to settle for anything less than she deserves. She is not afraid to walk away from situations that do not align with her values. She does not cling to toxic relationships out of fear of being alone, because she understands that solitude is far better than being with someone who does not respect her. This quiet confidence is what makes her stand out. Men take notice when a woman refuses to tolerate disrespect, when she speaks up for herself, and when she sets clear boundaries. It is a sign of strength, not arrogance, and it leaves a lasting impression. A woman with self-respect also understands the importance of emotional independence. She does not rely on a man to define her happiness. She has her own passions, dreams, and goals that exist beyond the relationship. She does not lose herself in love. Rather, she continues to grow as an individual. Men find this deeply attractive because it removes the pressure of being responsible for her happiness. Instead of being someone who constantly seeks reassurance, she is someone who adds value to his life by being secure and fulfilled in her own. Self-respect is also evident in how a woman communicates. She does not stay silent when something bothers her, nor does she suppress her emotions to avoid conflict. She expresses herself with clarity and confidence, knowing that her thoughts and feelings matter. She does not allow herself to be dismissed or unheard. A man falls in love with a woman who is honest about what she wants, who speaks her mind without fear, and who refuses to let anyone belittle her emotions. A woman who respects herself also knows that true love does not require her to shrink, to dim her light, or to become less than she is. She does not try to fit into someone else's version of who she should be. She does not change herself to be more desirable in the eyes of a man. She remains authentic, knowing that the right person will appreciate her for exactly who she is. She does not waste time trying to prove her worth to someone who cannot see it. She understands that if she has to convince someone to love her, then that love was never real in the first place. Men are instinctively drawn to women who radiate confidence and self-worth. They admire women who have standards and are not afraid to enforce them. They respect women who demand respect, not through loud words or ultimatums, but through the quiet strength of knowing what they deserve. When a woman respects herself, she naturally inspires others to respect her as well. She does not allow herself to be taken for granted or mistreated, and because of this, she attracts people who genuinely value her presence. A relationship built on mutual respect is one that stands the test of time. When a woman has self-respect, she teaches a man in her life how to treat her, not through demands, but through the way she carries herself. She shows him that she will not tolerate neglect, dishonesty, or emotional games. She communicates that she values herself too much to remain in a relationship that does not nourish her soul. This kind of self-assurance is what makes a man fall deeply in love, because he knows that being with her is a privilege, not a right. In the end, a woman with self-respect does not fear losing someone. She does not beg for love or cling to relationships that are not meant for her. She trusts that what is meant for her will never require her to compromise her dignity. And this unwavering sense of self-worth is what makes her truly irresistible. Love is not just about attraction, chemistry, or grand gestures. It is about feeling safe with someone. Emotional safety is the foundation of any deep and lasting relationship, yet it is often overlooked. While men may not always express their emotions as openly as women do, they crave a space where they can be vulnerable without fear of judgment. They need to feel that they can express their fears, struggles, and dreams without being ridiculed or dismissed. When a man feels emotionally safe with a woman, he not only falls in love, but also stays in love. A man is conditioned to appear strong, in control, and unaffected by emotions. Society has long taught him that vulnerability is a weakness, that showing emotions is not masculine, and that he must always have everything figured out. But the truth is, no one has everything figured out, and everyone, no matter how strong they appear, has insecurities, fears, and moments of self-doubt. When a woman creates an environment where a man can be his true self, without the pressure of always being strong, she becomes someone he trusts on a level that is deeper than just physical or intellectual attraction. Emotional safety means that a man does not have to filter his thoughts or hide his struggles. He knows that he can come home after a long day and share what is on his mind without being told to man up or that his problems are not important. He knows that if he admits his fears, he will not be seen as weak but as human. This kind of safety allows love to grow because it builds a connection that is real and unbreakable. Many times, people assume that men only fall in love with a woman who excites them, who challenges them, or who keeps them guessing. But in reality, while excitement may draw them in, it is emotional security that keeps them there. A man may be physically attracted to a woman. He may enjoy her company, and he may even admire her personality. But if he does not feel safe opening up to her, the relationship will remain shallow. Without emotional safety, love remains on the surface, and deeper intimacy never develops. A woman who provides emotional safety is someone who listens without judgment. She does not mock his fears, compare him to others, or make him feel like less of a man for struggling. She understands that just because a man does not always express his emotions does not mean he does not feel deeply. She creates a space where he knows he can share his thoughts without being criticized or dismissed. She listens not to respond, but to understand. This kind of presence and understanding makes a man feel valued and seen, which strengthens the emotional bond between them. Men, like women, have emotional wounds. They have past disappointments, unspoken insecurities, and experiences that have shaped the way they view love. When a man feels that he can trust a woman with his emotions, he allows himself to be vulnerable in ways that he might not even have realized he needed. He stops pretending to be someone he is not. He no longer feels the need to put up walls or act tough all the time. He can exhale knowing that he is with someone who accepts him, not just for his strengths, but also for his imperfections. Emotional safety is not just about being kind and supportive. It is about consistency. A man needs to know that the person he opens up to today will still be there tomorrow. If he shares something deep and then later feels like his words are used against him, he will withdraw. He will retreat into himself, and that emotional wall will go up again. Trust is built over time, and once it is broken, it is difficult to repair. A woman who understands this treats his emotions with care, knowing that every time he opens up to her, he is taking a risk. She does not betray that trust by dismissing his feelings or belittling his emotions. Another important aspect of emotional safety is allowing a man to be himself without trying to change him. A man feels most at ease with a woman who accepts him for who he is, rather than who she wants him to be. Many relationships fail because one person is constantly trying to mold the other into an ideal version that fits their expectations. But true love is not about control. It is about acceptance. When a man feels that he can be his true self without the fear of being criticized or fixed, he feels safe. And when he feels safe, he falls deeper in love. A woman who provides emotional safety also knows how to handle conflict with grace. Disagreements are inevitable in any relationship, but the way they are handled determines whether they bring two people closer or push them apart. When a man knows that he can express his frustrations without being met with insults, manipulation, or emotional outbursts, he feels more comfortable addressing issues rather than avoiding them. He feels that he can be honest without causing irreparable damage to the relationship. This kind of communication builds trust and allows the relationship to grow stronger over time. At the heart of emotional safety is the understanding that love is not about perfection. It is about presence. It is about creating a space where two people can be their real, raw, unfiltered selves without fear of being abandoned or judged. A man falls in love when he finds a woman who makes him feel at home, not just physically, but emotionally. When he knows that he can confide in her, that he can be weak in front of her, and that he can share his dreams and fears without hesitation. He knows that he has found something rare and beautiful. Love that lasts is not built on grand gestures or fleeting passion. It is built on trust, understanding, and the deep emotional connection that comes from knowing that with this person you are safe. Safe to be yourself, safe to be honest, safe to be vulnerable, safe to be vulnerable, safe to love without fear. And when a man finds that kind of safety, he holds on to it, because he knows that it is not something he will find easily again. A man falls deeply in love when he finds a woman who believes in him, supports his dreams, and encourages him to become the best version of himself. Men are naturally wired to seek purpose in their lives. They want to achieve something, to leave a mark, and to feel like their existence has meaning. While attraction and emotional connection are important, a man's love deepens when he realizes that the woman beside him is not just a companion, but a source of unwavering support and inspiration. A man's dreams are often tied to his sense of identity. His ambitions, passions, and goals shape who he is and how he views himself in the world. When a woman understands this and supports his journey, he feels seen, valued, and respected. It is not about agreeing with everything he does or blindly following him. It is about recognizing his aspirations and encouraging him to pursue them. This support makes a man feel empowered, knowing that he has someone who believes in his potential, even when he doubts himself. A woman who supports a man's dreams does not try to control his path or reshape his vision to fit her own expectations. Instead, she stands beside him, offering encouragement, wisdom, and patience. She does not belittle his ambitions or make him feel as though his dreams are insignificant. Even if she does not fully understand his passion, She respects it because she understands that his purpose is an essential part of his identity. This kind of support is rare, and when a man finds it, he holds on to it tightly. There are moments in every man's life when he feels discouraged, when he questions his abilities, and when he is tempted to give up. The presence of a woman who lifts him up instead of tearing him down can make all the difference. A woman who says, "I believe in you," even when he is doubting himself, becomes the voice of strength that pushes him forward. She is the reminder that he is capable, that his dreams matter, and that his struggles are not in vain. This level of emotional support creates an unbreakable bond because it touches a man's deepest need: to feel that his journey is meaningful and that he is not alone in it. A man does not need a woman to complete him, but he does need a partner who complements his journey. A woman who supports his dreams does not just admire his success. She is also there during the struggles, the failures, and the setbacks. She does not love him only when he is winning, but also when he is struggling to find his way. This kind of loyalty and belief in him strengthens his love for her because he sees that she is with him not just for what he can give her, but for who he truly is. Supporting a man's dreams does not mean sacrificing your own aspirations. The most beautiful relationships are built on mutual encouragement, where both partners inspire and uplift each other. A woman with her own ambitions, passions, and goals is not a threat to a man. She is an inspiration. When both people in a relationship are driven and supportive of one another's paths, they create a dynamic where love is not just about companionship, but about growth. A man admires and respects a woman who is passionate about her own journey while still making space to support his. Men often struggle in silence, carrying burdens they do not always express. A woman who truly understands and supports him knows how to be there for him in the ways he needs most. Sometimes it is through words of encouragement. Other times it is simply through presence and patience. She does not pressure him to open up before he is ready, but she makes it clear that when he does, she will listen without judgment. This creates a sense of trust that allows him to share his deepest fears and hopes without hesitation. A man falls in love with a woman who does not compete with him, but instead collaborates with him. She does not try to change him or force him to follow a different path. She trusts his vision and respects his independence. She celebrates his victories as if they were her own and stands beside him through failures, reminding him that setbacks do not define him. She does not make him feel guilty for spending time pursuing his goals, nor does she demand that he choose between love and ambition. Instead, she shows him that love and ambition can coexist. Respect is at the core of supporting a man's dreams. A woman who respects his journey does not criticize him when things do not go as planned. She does not belittle his aspirations, even if they seem far-fetched. Instead, she offers practical advice, encouragement, and faith in his ability to overcome obstacles. She challenges him to be better, but never in a way that makes him feel inadequate. Her belief in him becomes a source of strength, pushing him to work harder, dream bigger, and stay committed to his purpose. A man may be drawn to a woman for many reasons: her beauty, her intelligence, or her kindness. But he falls in love when he sees that she is someone who will stand by his side through the highs and lows. When he feels that she genuinely wants to see him succeed, not for her benefit, but for his own fulfillment, he develops a deep emotional connection that is not easily broken. The kind of love that lasts is not based on superficial attraction, but on a partnership where both individuals uplift and support each other's dreams. A woman who supports a man's dreams does not just become his partner. She becomes his safe space, his confidant, and his greatest source of motivation. He falls in love with her, not just because she is present in his life, but because she adds value to his journey. She becomes the one he turns to when he needs reassurance, the one he trusts with his hopes and fears, and the one who reminds him of his worth when the world makes him question it. This kind of love is not just about romance. It is about a deep and unwavering connection built on mutual support, trust, and belief in each other's potential. A man falls deeply in love when he encounters a woman who embraces her true femininity with grace, confidence, and authenticity. Feminine energy is not about being weak, submissive, or dependent. It is about embracing the natural strength, warmth, and emotional depth that a woman possesses. It is about being nurturing without losing independence, being kind without being a pushover, and being emotionally intelligent without sacrificing self-respect. When a woman fully embraces her femininity, she carries a quiet power that is deeply magnetic, drawing a man in and making him feel both inspired and connected on a soul-deep level. In today's world, femininity is often misunderstood. Some believe that being feminine means conforming to outdated societal roles, while others associate it with superficial traits like appearance or mannerisms. But true femininity is much deeper. It is the essence of a woman's presence, the way she carries herself, the way she communicates, and the way she nurtures love and connection. A truly feminine woman does not rely on manipulation, force, or control to gain a man's love. Instead, she allows him to step into his natural masculine role while standing strong in her own unique power. A woman who embraces her femininity is comfortable in her own skin. She does not seek validation from others because she knows her worth. She is confident but not arrogant, gentle but not weak, and compassionate but not naive. She radiates warmth and kindness, making those around her feel at ease. This kind of presence is incredibly attractive to a man because it brings balance to his life. Men by nature are drawn to feminine energy because it complements their own masculinity. A man may admire a woman's beauty, intelligence, or success, but he falls in love with her when he experiences the softness, grace, and emotional depth that come with her femininity. A woman's femininity is most powerful in the way she nurtures and creates emotional intimacy. A truly feminine woman is not afraid to express her feelings, but she does so with poise and wisdom. She does not play emotional games or try to control a man through guilt or manipulation. Instead, she communicates openly and honestly, creating a space where a man feels safe to express himself as well. She listens with genuine interest, responds with kindness, and encourages him to be his best self. This ability to nurture emotional connection is what makes a man feel deeply understood and valued. Another aspect of femininity that captivates a man is a woman's ability to bring joy and light into his life. She does not carry the weight of the world on her shoulders, nor does she expect him to fix all her problems. Instead, she finds happiness in the simple moments and shares that joy with those around her. She laughs freely, expresses gratitude, and finds beauty in the everyday. This sense of lightness and appreciation makes a man feel good in her presence, drawing him closer to her. When a woman embraces this kind of energy, she creates an atmosphere of warmth and positivity that a man finds irresistible. A truly feminine woman also knows the power of vulnerability. She is not afraid to show her true emotions, but she does so with self-respect and confidence. She does not suppress her feelings out of fear of looking weak, nor does she use them as a weapon to manipulate. Instead, she allows herself to be open and authentic, showing a man that she trusts him enough to let her guard down. This kind of vulnerability is powerful because it invites a man to do the same. It breaks down walls and creates a connection that is built on truth rather than pretense. Femininity is also about knowing when to lead and when to allow space for a man to step up. A feminine woman does not seek to dominate or control, but neither does she allow herself to be walked over. She understands the importance of balance in a relationship. She is strong in her own way, yet she also allows a man to express his natural leadership qualities. She does not see his strength as a threat, but as a complement to her own. When a man feels that he can step into his masculine role without feeling undermined or disrespected, he feels a deeper sense of love and admiration for the woman by his side. A feminine woman also knows the power of appreciation. She acknowledges and values the efforts a man makes, no matter how big or small. She does not take his presence for granted, but instead expresses gratitude for the love and care he provides. This appreciation fuels his desire to give more, to love deeper, and to protect and cherish her. A man thrives when he feels that his efforts are seen and valued, and a woman's feminine energy has the ability to make him feel like the best version of himself. Men are drawn to women who embrace their femininity because it creates harmony in a relationship. Masculine and feminine energies naturally complement each other. And when a woman fully steps into her feminine power, she allows a man to step into his masculine energy without resistance. She does not compete with him or try to prove that she is just as strong as he is. Instead, she embraces her own unique strengths and allows them to enhance the relationship. This creates a deep sense of connection, where both individuals feel valued and understood. True femininity is not about external appearances. It is about the energy a woman carries, the kindness she expresses, and the emotional depth she brings into a relationship. A man may be initially attracted to a woman for many reasons, but he falls in love when he experiences the warmth, grace, and authenticity that true femininity brings. When a woman embodies this energy, she does not have to chase love. Love naturally finds her. A man sees her as irreplaceable because the kind of connection she creates is not one that can be easily forgotten. Love is not just about attraction, excitement, or fleeting emotions. It is about connection, depth, and understanding. A man does not fall in love because of surface-level qualities. He falls in love when he feels something real, something that speaks to his soul. He falls in love when he finds a woman who creates emotional safety, who believes in his dreams, who nurtures his heart, and who embraces her own power with grace and authenticity. Love that lasts is built on trust, support, and a genuine appreciation for each other's journey. A man falls in love when he feels safe enough to be vulnerable, when he knows that he is valued, not just for what he provides, but for who he truly is. He stays in love when he is with a woman who encourages him to be his best self without trying to change him, who respects his purpose, and who inspires him through her own strength and confidence. When a woman embodies these qualities, she becomes unforgettable. She does not chase love. Love finds her because she carries within her something rare and irreplaceable, a presence that makes a man feel at home. True love is not about control, expectations, or manipulation. It is about creating a partnership where two people can grow, where they can share their deepest fears and highest dreams without judgment, and where they uplift and inspire each other to become the best versions of themselves. A man falls in love when he realizes that with this woman, he is not just in a relationship, he is in a place where he can be seen, heard, supported, and truly loved. And when he finds that, he holds on to it, because he knows that such love is not easily found again.